Brad, we're here. Right, I'm going to jump in. You've been pro since 2015, is that right?
Correct, yep.
What keeps you going and keeps you motivated all that time?
Just ambition. I've had to move the goalpost. I said I always wanted the British title, achieved it, and I'd love to get it back. And I feel like this is another step. So that's a big motivator for me.
And that's what keeps you motivated, the British title, that's it, that's what you've got in the back of your mind.
In the back of my mind, I love to make history and build a legacy for myself, make history for Cornwall. So all the motivational stuff still similar. Just new task, new challenge, move the goalposts and go again.
And obviously you've had that title before. Where does that rank in your career highlights? It's got to be up there, right?
Right at the top, right at the top. Best night of my life. I shared a cab ride with Nathan on the way here, so we was reminiscing about it. But I want more of that. I'm 32 years old, got a good few years in me, and I want more nights just like that.
Like you said, you're 32 now, and like we just said, you've been pro since 2015. Your approach to the game, how has it changed in all of those years?
I suppose it gets better. The more you do something, the more refined and effective and efficient you can get. I feel like the experience I've gained in these bigger fights, on these bigger shows, doing stuff like this is a bit more familiar. And it all just feels a bit more natural. So when it comes to fight night in this big venue, I'll be more prepared and familiar and perform better.
And like you said, you're not a stranger to these big shows right now anymore. You've actually been on the Magnificent Seven shows before, right?
Twice.
Twice. So yeah. You're one of the mainstays of this platform. How exciting is it to be on these kind of shows where everyone's so looking forward to it? Everyone's looking forward to these 50-50 fights.
It's massive. Part of me is a fan. I love shows like this. I love good domestic 50-50 fights. I hope the changing room has a TV that I can watch these fights in whilst I'm warming up. And I think the public love shows like this. They love good 50-50 domestic fights, and the whole card is stacked where if you put an accumulator on, you're probably going to get it wrong. So interesting, and I'm happy to be part of it.
Looking at your opponent, he's obviously unbeaten. He's going to be coming in with a lot of confidence, but what do you think you've got that he's never seen before?
I suppose he hasn't been tested by someone like me, hasn't boxed anyone like me. I suppose I edge him on experience. I know it's a tough fight. I respect Shakiel. He's a great operator, but I just feel like, yeah, I've got him on experience, and he hasn't boxed anyone like me before.
Yeah, and I know no fighters want to look past their opponent, but do you have any kind of goals in the back of your mind for after this fight? If you become victorious, what are you looking at after this fight?
Yeah, like you said, I don't look past any opponent, definitely not. It's not the way to do it. But I do understand that the winner is going to have a world ranking, and a shot at the British isn't out of the question at all after a win like this. So I understand the winner can have a world title shot or a British title shot. Both are great, so loads to gain from one fight, and that's what I like fights to be like.
And also looking forward, when you turn pro, where would you have seen yourself in 10 years' time?
Really good question. I can't say that it definitely would have been somewhere like this. I started on small hall at York Hall, Bethnal Green, and was small hall for 7-8 years afterwards. I knew if I kept winning, something would happen. I didn't know exactly what, but I knew, yeah, I would end up where I wanted if I was disciplined enough, and I was, and here I am, and happy to be part of these big shows. And it's something I dreamed of as a little kid, and I intend to stay on these shows and not go back to the small hall. So you'll be sick of the sight of me, hopefully.
There's a few other middleweights on the card. Are you going to be keeping an eye on them?
Yeah, definitely. Middleweight's absolutely stacked division. Loads of good fights out there. My old mate, I was saying, Nathan's on the cards, got a good fight. And all good fights at middleweight, so you have to keep an eye on it. And yeah, one for the future, maybe a trilogy.
Yeah, I'm sure the fans would enjoy that. So one last question, just for the young kids out there that are looking to make their first few steps into their pro journey, what advice would you give them?
Get a good coach and listen to your coach. Discipline. It's going to be absolute graft, but it'll be worth it. And if you can help it, don't lose.
Perfect, that's great advice. Thank you, Brad, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Cheers.